Hi there. In this video, we'll be covering, can I hire someone to help me write a book? The right collaborator can help you write your best possible book and empower you to take your message to new heights. By the end of this video, you'll learn why it's common to seek book writing help, the types of collaborations you should consider, and the steps you should follow when hiring someone. And stay tuned till the end of the video for a free gift. Let's dive in. Books are really hard to write, and it's so tough to get it right all by yourself the first time you're doing it. As somebody who's ghostwritten or written 25 plus books, I still find myself constantly searching and seeking new information and finding new ways to tell stories. There's books I've been writing in the past year that have required me to do more research, to dig, and to explore and to think deeply about how I'm telling stories. And that's somebody who spent my whole career telling stories, either as a journalist or as a book ghostwriter. I wouldn't expect out of the gate that somebody who's running a company or building a business or building a brand would have all those skills at their disposal and all those tools ready to use. Book writing is really hard, and it will challenge you in every single way. And that's why it's so important to be able to work with other people. You know, you think about climbing a mountain. You know, you have somebody who's helping you. You have a Sherpa helping you along the way, somebody guiding you and providing input and support and guidance. It's really tough to do those things all by yourself. You know, and working with somebody doesn't take away from the process of climbing that mountain, just in the same way it doesn't take from writing a book. It's still your book, and you've done it at the end of this process if you've collaborated the right way. The first form of help that you can find is a writing coach. This is somebody who's cheering you on. This is somebody who is supporting you. Typically with a writing coach arrangement, I'll meet regularly with the person. I will provide input and guidance. I will review the chapters that they have sent to me, and then we will have a meeting and discuss it and talk it through, and I will give them tips on continuing the writing process and kind of just keep up with them to make sure that they're moving forward. Working with a writing coach means that the author is doing the writing themselves, that the writing coach is offering feedback and support, but the author is doing the writing. The other type of collaboration is ghostwriting, in which an author will work with a ghostwriter. The ghostwriter will go from the meetings and do the writing themselves and come back and send material to the author for review and feedback. You know, it's really the difference between driving the car yourself as an author, which is like writing coaching with support in the passenger seat. And in a ghostwriting arrangement, the ghostwriter is driving the car and the author is in that passenger seat offering input and guidance and support. The ideal collaboration you choose is based on a number of factors. Cost is a big one. Working with a book ghostwriter will typically cost $25,000 to $35,000 or more, up to $100,000. Could be a six-figure project. It really depends on the scope of the work and the experience of the ghostwriter. That's one factor to keep in mind. Financials is one factor to keep in mind when choosing the right collaboration for you. Coaching, on the other hand, is typically arranged hourly. You will be paying hourly based on the amount of work that the coach does for the project. Some coaches have packages that they work on, and you can sign up for a specific package and it will cover X amount of time or milestone deliverables. It really depends. Writing coaching is a more affordable option, and it also affords you the opportunity to do the writing yourself. So even if you're getting that support, you're still the one who's typing away and writing away. And that can be powerful for some people. Some people really want to do the writing themselves. As an established book writer, I understand what it feels like to be able to do that writing and to say that you did it without someone else handling the writing side. It could be a special thing. You know, when you think about tackling big tasks like climbing a mountain, running a marathon, writing a book, to be able to say you did it is such a great thing. Even with a book ghostwriter, if it's a collaborative process, it feels that way, like you did accomplish something. You know, this isn't just giving away the writing opportunity to somebody else and they just run with it and do whatever they want. This is you collaborating with them in step the whole way, working on it together. It's such a powerful thing. Timeline's another factor when considering which path to choose. Writing coaching typically takes longer. The writing coaching I've done has either been short-term, you know, quick hit projects where the the author has really done the lion's share of the work and I'm just doing punch-ups for them, or it's at the beginning of the process and it could take 6-9 months, a year or more. And I look at that, compare that to book ghostwriting, and book ghostwriting can go that much faster because the ghostwriter is doing the writing themselves. They can really set the schedule and set the pace and drive forward with the writing. It's a much different process in that way. I've worked with coaches that I've recommended for ghostwriting because I felt like their book could move forward that much faster if they worked with a ghostwriter. But sometimes time isn't a concern, and sometimes people are taking their time and getting it right, and I respect that too. I think it's important to be able to pick and choose based on the factors that matter to you, whether it's cost, whether it's time, whether it's availability, whether it's your own motivation for writing or your writing skill. You know, if you're someone who has a lot of writing skill and talent, writing coaching might be the best path for you. If you're someone who wants to allow someone else to do the writing for you and to collaborate with them, maybe you're very busy and you don't have the time to do the writing yourself, ghostwriting would probably be the right path. So it's really about choosing the right fit for you based on the needs that you have to help drive this book forward. The collaboration that you have with your writing coach or your ghostwriter can evolve and change over time into something else. You could start with a book ghostwriter collaboration, and the ghostwriter could shift into a coaching role and support you as you do more of the writing. You might feel empowered as the writing continues to take up the writing yourself, and that's an awesome thing. I've seen it the other way too, where I started as a writing coach support role, and over time, the author wanted me to take on more of the ghostwriting, that they really struggled with different sections of the book, and they wanted me to pick it up. They wanted me to pick up sections of it. And it's really great to be able to collaborate and problem solve and figure out what's best for each section of the book. You know, maybe and at different times. You know, sometimes they might need that coaching support. Sometimes they might need ghostwriting support. It really depends on the needs of the project and the needs of the author, and it just needs to be able to problem solve and find the best solution. I think back often to a dear client of mine named Jonathan, and I'd initially started coaching with him, and we were making lots of progress. He was so committed to it, so passionate about it, and every time we would meet, he would just come with great ideas and input. He was making tons of progress, and there was just one section of the book that wasn't quite working, and he was just struggling with it. I asked him, you know, what if I took a stab at this? What if I tried it out? And it was really special to be able to offer that little piece of input. It was awesome. It was awesome to be able to explore with Jonathan what that process all looked like and how I could best support him. Through that process, he became more empowered. You know, he became more empowered with his book. He believed in it. It was so powerful just to see the way that the light bulb went off for him. You know, because when he sent in the draft and I first reviewed it, it was pretty solid, but there were little pieces missing. And every single step, every single meeting, every single input from that process just made the book that much stronger. And I'm just proud of it. I'm proud to see it coming forward. But I'm proud to be able to explore with authors and problem solve and figure out what the best solution is. You know, and it could change and evolve based on where we're at with the project and the specific needs. And it's so exciting to be able to figure out the best way forward, you know, based on all those needs and based on the project's needs. All right, now that you've watched this video about hiring someone to help you write your book, I'd love to be able to talk to you about what that process looks like and help you choose the right path forward. Go to goodghostwriter.com, you can click the link below, and schedule a call with me so we can figure out what your path forward looks like, what your needs are, what your expectations are for the path forward, and figure out if coaching or ghostwriting might be a better option for you. Either way, I'm happy to help you figure out what is best for you and help you along your way. Remember, good ghostwriting makes great books. I'm Dan Good. Thanks for watching.